come watch this with you. You know quite a few of these games, but your parents may not have played them the way we do at school, and if they're going to play with you, they need to know how. So, here we go. The first game that we're going to teach your parents and remind you of is Top It, and I'm going to show you how you can play Top It at home since you don't have the math cards, the blue or pink or green or yellow math cards that we use in the classroom in the bags that say the Everything Math Deck. So, let's start by how you would play Top It with just regular old cards that you have in your house. So, yeah, find a set of playing cards, take out any of the face cards so that you only have numbers 2 through 10. If you want the number 1, you can take out what are called the ace cards, and you can call those a 1 since there's only 1 in the box on an ace card. Parents, what we do is instead of dealing out cards, which is very confusing and doesn't usually work well, we put the cards in the middle and we grab a placemat or a paper towel or something to kind of mark our playing space. And basically, you all knew this as war when you were kids. The basic way to play is I turn over a card. I got 5. My partner turns over a card. Oh, they got 5. That means we have to turn over another card. Now, parents, we do not do I declare war. We just, because this is our version, we call it Top It. We just see if we can top the card. Top it. I got an 8. Oh, my partner got a 9, so my partner wins all 4 cards. We recommend that they keep the cards face up. Cards are so we know whose cards are whose. And then we play again. My turn, partner's turn. I won both cards. Now, one of the tricks that you need to know about what we do in Muffin Land is we don't play that the winner is the person with the most at the end. Let me share with you what we do. At school, we have these yellow and red counters. We use them for all kinds of things, but one of the things we use them for all across the day is when we play games. It is a standing rule in our Muffin family that after you play a game, you see who has more and who has less. So in this game, we would have played till the pile of cards was gone. Then we would have counted to see who had more and who had less. In this case, just stopping here, this partner had 4, this partner had 2. The standing rule is now we shake the counter. If it comes up red, the person with the most wins. If it comes up yellow, the person with the fewest wins. So in this case, red, the person with the most would win. This keeps the game more exciting until the end. Of course, you don't have red and yellow counters at home, so just choose a nickel or a quarter and say that heads is the person with the most, and tails would be that the person with the fewest wins. Now, let me show you a few variations on these games. So we're now going to go on to Addition Top It. Your child might need some paper, or Muffin, you might need some paper to draw dots, or you can use your fingers, or you might want to pick something for counters, like the bear counters we were using yesterday. There's all kinds of things you can find to be counters in your house. Pennies are one of the easiest things to do, but you can even cut up scraps of paper. So, Addition Top It. The first person turns over 2 cards, 5 and 2. Now, the beautiful thing about the cards is that you can also solve the addition question with the cards. But Muffins, you need to remember that you're only counting the cards, the symbols that are in the side of the card. Okay? 5 and 2. These extra symbols are simply showing what kind of card it is when people are playing games different than ours. So 5 and 2, we call this counting on. 5, 6, 7. We know there's already 5 here, right? So we don't have to count them again. So we just start at 5 and say 6, 7. My partner turns their cards over. 4 and 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my goodness, I did not plan this way. So then you would simply try to top it. So 10 and 6. Ooh, that's a good one. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then my partner, 8 and 8. I really didn't plan this. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. 6 and 7. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 2 and 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, so I would have won all those cards. Boy, that's quite a hand. Okay, now another way to play this game is to call it Subtraction Top It. If you want to change the game to Subtraction Top It, which is a little trickier, you have to do this. The first person turns over their cards. They decide which is the biggest number. Well, in my case, 8 is the biggest number. So I am now going to say that 8 is my whole number, muffins, and if 7 is one part, what is the other part? So remember, we did the lesson yesterday. If 7 is one part, what is the other part to make 8? So you could even use a pen or a pencil, or you could even use whiteboard markers right on your cards. If I have 8 and I cross out 7 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many are left? 1. All right. Make sure your parents check what marker you're using if you're going to actually do this on your cards. And then my partner got an 8 and a 6. So my partner has to decide what is the biggest number. The biggest number is 8. So that means we're going to say our whole number is 8. 6 is one part, and we need to find the other part of the number. So 8, and we're going to take away 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many are left? 2. Now, parents, if you're playing these games, you might want to pick the numbers you want to use with your children. You might want to only put numbers that are 5 or less in the stack to start with, or you might want to, if your child's really good at numbers 1 through 6 and adding and subtracting, then you might want to, on purpose, put more high number cards in and fewer low number cards. And then again, once the game is over, you flip a coin to see who's going to win. Heads for the person who has the most, or tails for the person who has the fewest. So that's addition and subtraction. Top it. Now we also can use Uno cards to play those games. In fact, it's a good idea to do them both ways because, of course, this only has the numerals. The next game we're going to play is Top It, exactly the way we did before, but we're going to play it with dice. I love my dice from the Dollar Tree. You can just rate a game if you'd like. All my games have already been rated. You'll need a piece of paper so that you can keep score for partner number 1 or partner number 2. So we'll start with addition. Roll 2 dice and add. 4 and 3 is 7. Partner rolls the dice and adds. 6 and 1 is 7. So that means you'd roll again. I rolled a 2 and a 1. That's 3. Partner would roll 3 and a 1. That's 4. Person with the most gets the point. So my partner got the point. You decide how many rolls you're going to play. And then you flip the coin at the end to see if the person with the most or the person with the fewest wins. Now, if you want to play this with subtraction, you roll, just like with the cards, you decide what's the bigger number. So muffins, we say, all right, 4 is my bigger number, and I'm going to say if 1 is the first part, then what's the other part to make 4? Well, I'm just going to look at my 4 right there and cover up the 1. And what do I have left? 3. Then my partner would roll to do subtraction. Which is the bigger number? Well, the bigger number is 6. So we're going to say the whole number is 6. And the first part is 4. So what's the other part going to be? Well, I'm just going to cover up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what's left? Well, there's only 2 left. So that's the other part. Now, parents, this is a little bit more difficult with subtraction. And it is moving into a more abstract way of thinking. So your muffin may not be ready for the subtraction forms of this game yet. Or you may, even if they're really good at addition with higher numbers, need to start with smaller numbers. Because we're really going to have to work with this idea that subtraction starts with the largest number. And then the next number is one part. And the end of the math sentence is the other part of the number. And we'll be working on that all next week too. And they'll be working on that all next year too. So we've also made you a few more straightforward games. And the first one I'm going to teach you is subtraction or addition, Tic Tac Toe. Now there are 2 versions of this. There is addition to 6 or subtraction with 6 or less. And in the printables, there is also addition to 10 or subtraction with 10 or less. And there will be a blank board where you can write in your own number sentences. Or, of course, as always, you can write them on a piece of paper. So, to play this game, you need one board, and you would need one colored crayon or marker for one partner, and another colored crayon or marker for the other partner. And then, in order to decide who goes first, I would roll a dice because we've been working on ways to play fairly. So, let's roll the dice. All right, muffins, I got a 3. You got a 1, so I get to go first. That's how we play at school. It's me against the muffins. So I'm going to be purple and you're going to be orange. Now, for me to get to be an X and put an X where I want it on the tic-tac-toe board, I'm going to have to tell the answer to one of these, and I want the middle space, and it says 4 add 1. So let Miss V stop for a second and blow this up so that you can see it more clearly. Okay, so I've zoomed in a little bit, and as I was saying, I want the middle space, and it says 4 add 1. Well, I could use counters, I could draw dots, I could use my fingers, 4 add 1, or I could use my brain because I know that's a way to make 5. I want to be purple, and I know that the answer is 5, so I get to put an X. Okay? Now, muffins, it's your turn. Let's say that you want this one up in the corner. 5 add 1 more equals. Well, you know that any number plus 1 is the next number, if we had one, on a number line. So what's 1 after 5? Well, it's 6. So you would write in your answer and get to put your O. And then it would be my turn again. I want this corner. 2 add 2. Well, we know that. That's a double. Woo! 2 add 2 is 4. So I get to put my X on that square. You do want to play this with a grown-up, or fill in all the addition or subtraction problems, have a grown-up check them, and then play tic-tac-toe just for fun. There's a subtraction version of this as well, and like I said, there are also blank versions of this game that your parents can print off, or you can make your own on paper. So there are some games to get you started, muffins and your wonderful families, with some math games at home. All right, see you in the next video.